All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live, and it is GWA between the ropes. Gamer of Time says, "Hey." Spec Pooh says, "Yo." So Ed, how we doing?
Ah, Gamer of Time is She-Hulk Chick.
Yes.
I'm good.
Yeah,
Blaze is up in here.
and I don't say who some people are based on their little name here on YouTube because I'm still uncertain about some names. Afraid I might get a few things mixed up, confused, and I don't want to look like a jackass. I do that enough. Chris says, when the hell are we going to do an NFL podcast? Yeah, definitely we need to do that since it is playoff time. Maybe we could do that. That sounds like a good idea, I must admit. So, that being said, this is a simple podcast. Me and Ed will be doing, we're not exactly sure which day. We're just doing it today. It's going to be called Between the Ropes. It's kind of like a podcast where we're going to cover all the action, this, that, and the other. So, Ed, we've made some changes, if you will, to our schedule due to growing ever so quickly.
Oh yeah.
I literally,
Oh,
wow.
you you and I talked about this when we got together and said, we want to do this, and we were saying if we could get this many, it would be great, and we have far exceeded anything we thought we would get to start this. It's been absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Thanks to the fact that we are able to, how shall we say it, use the PlayStation 4. I don't have to use a capture card. That's saving me a lot of grief, a lot of time, because we used to do an internet football league, which was known as the IFL, and I had to use a capture card. I had to use a laptop as well as my desktop. There's just so much equipment going. My internet can't hold it down. I haven't officially closed that league. Guys are wondering what's going on. I wish I could find somebody to just take it over and run it. I will not lie. But it's not officially closed, just for the simple fact I'm trying my best to make sure I can get something working, something going while we're doing this. But I had to ask myself last night and this morning, if I get all that equipment figured out for the IFL, how the hell am I going to get it going? Considering as of this morning, the GWA will be doing 5 shows a week. yeah. For those of you listening, I said 5 shows a week. That's literally where we're at right now.
Yeah, we're nuts. But this is us. Anyone that's ever done e-fetting and all that stuff with us, we have a tendency to get a little obsessed because honestly, I'm a stay-at-home dad. Doug's, for the most part, stay-at-home dad, until he works. He's got a job now. He's been working, but on his days off, he stays at home. And we really don't have, a whole lot of things to do. And this is the one thing that we are passionate about. Him and I are both huge wrestling fans. And, when we did the e-fetting, I'm not going to lie, I know our wives were pissed at us at times because, but, no. This, it's not that bad of a thing. If we have to, I don't want to, but if we have to, because of things, we could run a show during the afternoon. We can run a show a little bit later, and we don't have to do a whole lot with it, which, I'm sure, our wives will be happy about that. But your kids seem to love watching it. My kids love watching it. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to try and get my wife to create a wrestler, for God's sakes. Because I told her, I said, we could use the female wrestlers. So we're not sure if that's going to happen or not, but I'm trying my best to convince her of doing it.
Oh, congratulations there, Dougie. Your Raiders got their coach.
No, they didn't get a coach.
Well, you got an owner, coach, whatever you want to. So, yeah, it just happened to pop up on my phone. So the Raiders will be introducing John Gruden.
That's good. That's really good. I might have
I see
to.
Bad Jan's in the chat now. Jakey Bagwell.
Did you call him Jakey Bagwell?
Jakey Bagwell. That's right.
Jakey Bagwell.
Because the suffering's coming for his ass in another place.
Jakey Bagwell.
We beat their ass once. Why not beat them again?
What the hell? Oh my god. I don't even know how to react to Jakey Bagwell comment. But that's pretty good.
Blade Charge is in here. So yeah, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us. Sorry we got a little late start, but things happen.
Yeah, we did. That's on me. That's on me dealing with things here at home. So, I'm doing what I gotta do,
bro.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I like about these people that are involved with this. They are completely untripped and unfazed by anything. It's like, hey, we understand you got lives. Do your thing. And no one gets frustrated. No one gets worked up. And I love it.
Heck yeah.
So, I mean, people go and they check out your replays. They do what you got to do. And they get involved. But let's get to the gist of this show. And it is to cover what happened this week. And that is Worldwide took place. Thunder has taken place. We've made announcements as far as cruiserweights and women, live and Storm, and all that good stuff. So, yeah, we're going to be doing shows Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday and Sunday will be off days for the GWA. We will give our fans the weekend.
Well, we might have to start, doing this on Saturday.
Yeah, this will be obviously done on Saturdays.
Yeah, so we'll have our shows, and then Saturday will be like our recap of what's going on and stuff like that.
Maybe it's cold outside. Okay.
It is.
Oh, man.
It is very cold.
You want to make a snowman? I'm losing it.
Yeah.
But,
nothing new.
Yeah, got that right. It is definitely nothing new. So,
so let's get ready to get into this, and we'll start talking about Worldwide.
Right. Well, Worldwide was a very eventful night. We crowned 2 champions over there. And again, for those of you who might be living under a rock, I personally book Worldwide, set up the matches and what have you. Ed will be doing that for Thunder. And now that we're adding Live and Storm will be connected to Thunder. Makes sense. Live will be connected to Worldwide. So obviously, who's be in charge of those? We'll be getting into the women's and cruiserweight division information on this podcast as well. But that being said, 2 titles were claimed that night. We have a U.S. champion in Blitzkrieg, and we have a world champion in DOA. And we had several good matches, and the show kicked off with people wondering what the hell they were seeing. People were trying to dump Clorox in their eyes, making sure they were nuts. But we witnessed the 5'10" crew take on the alternative lifestyle of Federico Antonio Garcia and Gary Allen York. And again, if you ain't paying attention, that is fag and gay. These motherfuckers come out with pom-poms, rub their ass cheeks together in the whole 9 yards, and proceed to get their asses kicked by the 5'10" crew.
I'm going to throw... I hate to interrupt you here, but I'm going to throw out this disclaimer now. The GWA is not politically correct. We're never going to be that. That is not. I don't care. If it's fun for us, fun for our fans, we're going to do it. I don't care. You know, if it pisses somebody off, shit happens. You know, because eventually, you know, somebody's going to get pissed off about something. Always happens. But, you know, it's just, we like to have fun, and we like to do our thing. And, you know, and nobody really seemed to have a problem with the team. Just, like you said, people were having fun with it, you know, like you said, people were saying they were pouring bleach in their eyes, and people were going, good Lord, what am I watching? And, you know, they were just having fun. It wasn't nothing, nothing derogatory towards them. There wasn't nothing like that. It was
yeah, it was fun stuff. That's all I can say. It was great. But, yeah, as we said, we have this alternative lifestyle. As they saw last night on Thunder, we got the BLM and the cake. You know, it's all in good fun. Obviously, we're having fun with it, doing what we got to do, and just to get guys talking and be like, these motherfuckers is crazy.
And we are
just a little bit, you know. So I'm thankful for all the guys who showed up. I mean, we're just getting started, and we're kind of the new guys on the block, if you will, when it comes to this, because a lot of these companies have been around for a while. Some, I believe, closed and reopened and what have you. But they've already become very loyal to what we're putting together, giving us great praise, giving us, you know, hey, you might want to do this better, you know, helping us out along the way. And I'm grateful for all of it. And
me too. And I can say last night was the first time I was ever called a GWA god. So thank you for, you know, the uncommitted hooligan for that one. That built my ego up pretty good right there.
The hooligan. But he's biased. And he admitted
That's right, because he's on the Thunder Show, so he is biased, but I'll take it.
Sure, I would too.
That made my night, because I'm not gonna. Everybody know I was nervous as hell. I really was, because I thought your show Monday night was freaking phenomenal, and I was like, oh man, I got to try to top that. And I said, and I have not put my own show together in how long. And as I'm working on stuff, doing stuff, I'm going, oh man, people's going to hate this. But it seemed like people like my show too. So
yes,
I'm happy about that.
And that's what I liked about both shows, because we kind of have the same brainwaves, if you will, and the way we act and think when it comes to wrestling. But
yep,
we booked those shows completely different, and they both came across different types of styles, if you will, but yet it was the same style at the same time. And I think that's what really set it off. I mean, we had titles being claimed on one show. We had belts being set up to be won on another show. I just was pleased with the whole thing, the way it came across. Now, you have matches. As I was joking with you after we went off the air, I was like, thanks to the way you have your show set up, you now know who your next show is and who's going to face who in some of your matches, just for the simple fact of a tournament. Whereas I'm in the dark with what I had to set up. Now, I've been booking some matches. I announced last night as we were going off the air that Mad Dog will be taking on the Boogie Woogie Daddy Pete Wall.
The Boogie Woogie Daddy. Gotta love that.
It's about time he took to that name. Ever since the first time I've seen him, I said, that's a Boogie Woogie man.
And everybody has been calling him that lately. He says, well, since everybody seems to like calling me that, and yep, he embraced it.
I love it.
See, Mr. Bagwell says GWA needs to get natural. I don't know if we have enough do we have enough TV time for that entrance of his?
I don't know. I mean, we might have to start the show at 4:00. But yeah. So but getting to those matches, like I said, we already mentioned the 510 crew beating the Alternative Lifestyle, and what I thought was a very good match, Logan Haas against Memphis Blue. I like the way both those guys looked. I think that I'll be able to build something around both of those guys. You know,
I was shocked Memphis Blue got the win. Honestly,
yeah.
I think a lot of people were shocked that night.
Right, and I think you're going to agree with this. This is where we, as a community, if you will, when it comes to the GWA and our talent, what we're building, we want to listen to the people, so to speak. We want to know what characters really make you say, okay, that's the kind of guy I want to see in the ring. That's the kind of character I want to watch. That's the kind of character this, that, or what have you. Because for me personally, it's important to know what people like and what they don't like. Because if there's a character that's on worldwide that's, oh, he's kind of boring, I don't like him, he's not the kind of guy I really want to push right now. I want to get him to get his gimmick going, his character going, so people can understand, oh, okay, I need to get my ass going,
I'm sorry. Oh, Jake, you ain't right. He just said the reason his entrance is so long is got to let all the ladies get a good look at Jake.
And what is this? I'm always tired before seeing GWA shows for some reason. What does that mean? Is that a positive? Does it mean our shows wake you up and you get excited, or what does that mean? I need an explanation on that one.
Yeah, really.
But
speaking, since you said if there's a guy that people really like, I think we have one on Thunder right now.
Yeah.
And that would be Skull Crusher, because I think everybody in that chat was going apeshit for Skull Crusher. But, the guy faced Mr. Noah Blackwell. He didn't unimpress anybody, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that.
There's quite a few characters on your show that I personally like. Which I'll get into that then when we get to your show. But yeah, like I said, as far as Memphis Blue, Logan Haas, it was a good match. We ended up having another tag team match where the Party Crashers, came up short against the Heartbreak Express, which I thought was a very good tag team match.
Oh, that was a damn good tag team match.
And I was very impressed with that match, if you will. And I like both tag teams. I really do. I think both tag teams are going to work out just fine. So we'll see what happens. And in the match, I almost want to call it the match of the night, was the Falls Count Anywhere match between Yamashita and DOA.
DOA has been calling Yamashita.
He's been calling him Yamashita. He was calling him Yamashita leading into the first ever show, and that was like, okay, I gotta book that match, because if you're gonna keep calling the guy Yamashita, I'm gonna book that match, and we're gonna see just how much a shitta he is. And Yamashita ended up beating his ass.
And he's still calling him that.
Right. And so Yamashita wins that Falls Counts Anywhere match, gets the victory. It was a fun, entertaining match regardless. So
because it's Yamashita, because you did just call him Yamashita. It's Yamashita.
I know. I did it purposely.
No, don't give anything to the champ. Just no.
Don't give him.
You gotta
nothing.
Respect people. No.
You gotta respect
no.
people.
You gotta, especially since we're the owners, and we have to respect everybody and call them by their name. We can't, no.
That's what we gotta do.
Until they piss me off.
Until they piss you off. Wow.
Because how, that guy in Connecticut, says, you don't cross the boss.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You don't want to know what happens if you cross me. Yes.
Don't mind me. I am trying to update our, shall we say, universe mode. Is that what I'll call this?
Nice.
Because
But yeah, I'd have to agree with what you said. That was probably the match of the night. It was.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it was amazing because it went back and forth, and just when you thought one guy was going to win, the other guy took over, and then when you thought that, then the other guy did. It's like,
right.
And Yamashita pulled off a huge win. I mean, that was huge.
Yeah, it's very huge considering DOA goes on later in the night to win the world title. But before that, like I said, Blitzkrieg won the U.S. title. Before any of that happened, King Mac beat Tiger. And poor Tiger ended up getting his face stomped in after the match. And then that's when we found out that King Mac has become the first member of
the Jimmy Hart wannabe, or Jim Cornette wannabe, Bobby Ace.
Bobby Ace, whatever he's calling his little group. He hasn't even told us. He's just, I'm gonna get the guys, and yeah. And it's like, okay.
I'm telling you, all he needed was a tennis racket.
Is that all he needed?
Yep. I looked at him first time I saw him. I thought Jim Cornette right away. I'm like, man, if this guy does anything like Jim Cornette, we're in trouble.
Yeah. So, but I mean, that's where we went with that. And King Mac, I mean, he beat the shit out of Tiger, and for some reason felt
that was uncalled for. That was absolutely uncalled for. I mean, he had already beat the shit out of him during the match, so there was no reason for him to do that.
Right.
And anybody that goes back and watches the replay of the show, you'll see him as he's headed out of the ring. He just kind of goes, he wasn't sure, and he says, "Oh, fuck it." He just stomped a mud hole in him. And so,
but if it's not for that mud hole stomping, does he end up joining Bobby Ace? Because it was that beating that Bobby Ace loved and was able to sign King Mac to his little whatever the freaking hell he's building.
Right. But like I was going to say, of course you can stomp a guy when he's down after you beat him and he's smaller than you.
Is that what it was?
Bully. He's nothing but a bully.
He's a bully. He's just a bully.
And there's CJ in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. I personally enjoyed it. Yeah?
I personally thought it was great the way he beat the shit out of him.
Nice.
I won't lie.
But the world champion is in the chat room, Mr. DOA.
He is, yes. CJCSR. That is DOA, ladies and gentlemen. That is the current world champion of the worldwide brand. So when it comes to these matches, though, how you mentioned you thought Yamashita and DOA was probably the match of the night. Outside of that, and the beating we just discussed between King Mac and Tiger, was there anything that really stood out to you besides the obvious?
What would be the obvious, that DOA end up winning the world title after getting the shit kicked out of him?
No, I was talking about that tag team that everybody just loves to talk about.
Because that's what shocked the crap out of me. I mean, this guy gets the crap kicked out of him, is thrown in to a world title match, and somehow outlasts everybody and becomes the first world champion on the worldwide.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
It was impressive. It's very impressive.
And then, of course, Blitzkrieg winning the U.S. title. That was pretty impressive. That dude's just a monster. He's just built like a brick shit house, or a shit brick house, whichever you want to call it. But he's just, he's just he's a monster himself.
Indeed. Yeah, I was just, when that match started, I knew he was the biggest guy in the match. but I wasn't sure if he'd win it for some reason. And he basically had little trouble winning that match, which was the most impressive part. Because if you go back and watch it, he's hardly in any trouble during the match.
No.
He
And
just
he
does
does a
his damn
lot of
thing.
damage. Yeah, he does a lot of damage to people.
And that was the thing that stood out to me. It's just like, that's all I could do. Is like, this guy's just beating the holy living hell out of guys right now, and he's barely getting beat up himself. He's not really taking any damage, and it was just like, wow.
Well, then the question's going to be, who's going to beat that guy?
That's a good question.
You know, who on your roster is going to step up and say, I can take that U.S. title?
Right. Yeah, we're gonna have to find out, because one thing you'll find out real quick with Thunder, we don't just hand out title shots, and worldwide. Thunder and worldwide, we're not gonna just hand out title shots. These things are gonna be earned.
Oh, they're going to be earned. Mm-hmm.
You know, anybody can come on here right now and be like, "Yeah, give me the shot. I'll beat him." That's nice. Prove it. Go show me something first. You know?
Well, since you said that, I will tell people now that are on the Thunder brand, you beg for a title shot, I'll bury your ass.
Okay. The hell? He said begging to bury your ass.
I've never liked that. You know how when we've done vetting, neither one of us ever liked somebody come, oh, I've done this. I want that shot. I deserve that shot. Give me that shot. Oh, hell no. No. You're going to earn it. And you're going to earn it the right way.
It's just how you said that.
You're not going to come in here and beg and plead. And no.
He said begging.
Yeah.
Bury your ass.
One thing people will know, I'm a straight shooter. I will tell you like it is, and I don't give a shit. You know, if you don't like it, you know where the door is. I can replace you with somebody else.
Yeah, there's so many people who want to do this. It's ridiculous, which is part of the reason why we realized we're going to need more roster space. Dustin point of why we decided to add more shows. And it's crazy. And that's where we're at. We've added more shows. And I am actually kind of very thrilled about it, because I didn't think, honestly, we were going to get to this point yet. And we did.
Yeah, I'm shocked how fast we got to this point. Because we started talking, we're like, oh, we're getting so many people. What are we going to do? And then that's what I said, well, we're going to have more shows. And basically how it will work is, I think we're both to agreement to this, is you'll be on Thunder or Worldwide. Sometimes you'll be on, Live or Storm.
Right.
And sometimes you won't be on one, but be on the other. Sometimes you'll be on both. It all depends on how things are going and what the storyline calls for. And so, yeah. So, the same for the TV title that I'll be crowning sometime, hopefully soon. The TV title will be defended every week, but it will be defended on Thunder or Storm. It won't be both. It'll be one or the other. It may not be the same show every week. It could be the same show. It all depends on, how things go, which will make it interesting because, like I said, sometimes it'll be on Thunder, sometimes it'll be on Storms, sometimes I think that'll keep guys interested and keep guys wanting to see everything.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm sitting here looking now at our schedule, and I'm going to give everybody the schedule. It states here Let me load it, make sure I have it completely 100% correct because I just did update it. I want to let everybody know exactly what we are doing. Deleting that off there. Okay. We will, from here on out,
Oh Lord, here we go.
from here on out, this is the way. Yeah, okay. DOA is going to keep talking and run his mouth. It's going to be great. This is how angles and storylines will start, and this is what I like.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen that are on the worldwide brand as of right now, if you're in the chat, you can see the world champion is running his mouth about how the show should be all about him.
But starting Monday, we will have worldwide as usual. Then Tuesday night we will have live. Live will be the second show if you are connected to worldwide. So those that don't appear on worldwide will probably show up on live. Then Thursday will be Thunder. And then on Friday will be Storm. Again, the same thing with Thunder and Storm. If you don't show up on Thunder, you will end up probably being part of the Storm show. Sandwiched in between is some news we're going to have to get into, and there's no better place, no better time than right here, right now. What do you think?
Do it now. Do it now.
So Wednesday night will be Wednesday Night Warfare. So we will have a show on Wednesday night called Warfare. So let's understand. Monday and Tuesday are dedicated to the worldwide brand. Thursday and Friday are dedicated to the Thunder brand. And then Wednesday is Warfare. And what you will have on Warfare is real simple. It will be the only show that is going to be run by Ed and me together.
Nice.
Ed will be in charge of the women's division, which will happen on Wednesday nights on Warfare, and I will be in charge of the cruiserweight division that will also appear on Warfare. So the Warfare brand will be our cruiserweights and our female division. Ed and I have decided that the women in the GWA, for now, unless we change it later, will be known as bombshells. We never really discussed if we want to call it lightweights, junior heavyweights, cruiserweights. So I'm just going to ask Ed right now, what does he want to call the division? He's a little lost for words.
No, the school just called.
Okay. I'm assuming you want to go with cruiserweight.
They were letting everybody know that all the athletic stuff is still, they're still going on.
Oh, okay.
Cancel school today, but we're still going to have athletic stuff. So
that makes a lot of sense. But so are we going to go?
I live in the middle of nowhere, buddy. So you know that.
Are we going to go with the cruiserweight division?
Yeah, the cruiserweights will just be cruiserweight. It's yeah.
Okay, so, sounds good.
Real simple.
Now, Ed and I were talking. What the weight limit will be. I personally think 205 that people are so obsessed with the WWE is whack. I think it's too small. Now, when I used to run G-Feds, I used to use my lightweights, cruiserweights, junior heavyweights, depending on what you want to call it. We actually had it set at 235 because at the time, those were the small guys. Now more than half your roster is that size. So 235 is far too big. So we were reviewing our roster, trying to figure out what would be the most honest weight class. And Edward decided to go with what?
I still can't decide. I don't know if I want to go ahead and go 225 and below, if I want to go 220 and below.
Well, we got about 9 people watching right now. That's it. Why don't we ask them?
Let them choose. What do you guys think? Yeah, everybody in the chat, what do you think? 225 and below or 220 and below?
Let's see what they have to say. Why not? We got 220 mentioned by the champ, so we might as well just pick the other weight class because he doesn't matter.
Texas 230. That wasn't an option. 225. There we go. So yeah. But like I said, you and I talked. We went back and forth, back and forth. I can't decide, and I want to know. Let's see what the GWA community.
Right.
Because I'm not going to call it the universe. Because I don't know, something about that.
It's just whack. But yeah, we're gonna have a cruiserweight title. Like I said, we're gonna put all the guys. And here's the thing, you guys need to understand: if you are on Thunder, if you are on Worldwide, and you qualify for the cruiserweight division, you will compete on Wednesday night at Warfare. That's the thing. You will be on those shows. So that's how that's going to work.
It doesn't mean you're not going to be on Worldwide and Thunder. You're going to be there as well.
Right. So for those of you that are at the weight limit, you will actually have the opportunity, if you will, to be a part of more than one show every week for sure. Because we do know our cruiserweight division isn't big. As far as I know, I think we're going to have anywhere between like 7 to 10, I believe it is. So to me, that's perfect. We don't need a lot of guys. So, and we've been building the women's division. And I can get into the women's division information here in just a moment. But I think with what we have and what we're building and what we're putting together, we're going to have a quality division with the guys that we currently have. Because one thing I've noticed is most of the applications that have come in since our debut have been bigger wrestlers. I'm talking like 300-plus pound wrestlers. We just had a gentleman join by the name of X, who's 7'4". So, to me, it's going to be good. There's going to be 6 matches every night. That's the one thing I want to tell people, because before I forget, it's going to be 6 matches every night on Warfare. There's going to be 3 dedicated to the cruisers, 3 is dedicated to the women, and each week we'll flip-flop it. So each week it'll be different, which is in the main event. One week it'll be the ladies, the next week it's going to be the cruisers. To share, give them both love and give them both the attention they deserve. Is there anything I'm forgetting, per se, when it comes to that information?
No, I think that, yeah, because we're going to call them the cruiserweight until we announce what we're going to call the ladies division.
Right. Now, I know some people are going to wonder who is or isn't in the cruiserweight division, and it looks like 225 seems to be what people liked.
Well, that's what we're going with, 225 and below. All right, before we get into that, did you happen to mention what we're calling our lovely ladies?
Say that again.
Did you announce what we would be calling the lovely ladies?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you did say we were going to call them the bombshells.
I did.
Nice. Somehow I missed that.
I do want to mention this because I want to get your take. And this is where, like I said, we got the community right now in the chat. And I would love to see their feedback on this as well. When it comes to the cruiserweights, as I just said, we're going to have like 8 to 10 of them. And if we're going with the 225, I will say this is the cruiserweight division based on what I'm looking at. Johnny Moss, who's at 204. Logan Haas, which is at 200. Who else we got here? Teddy Diamond, which would be 209. The Tiger would be 203. That puts 4 on the roster from the Worldwide. Then over on Thunder.
I got it. I got the.
Well, I'm looking at
the Thunder. Oh, I got it right here too. So.
Well, go ahead. It's your brand, so you can announce it.
All right, we got. I'll start with the smallest guy. We got Mike Bird, who's 189. PJ Thunder, 201. Lightning Tetsu, 205. Ricky Styles, 205. Malcolm Powers, 220. Austin Adams, 222. Insanity, 225. And Nelson Angelo, 225.
That would put us, I guess, at 8 guys from your side and 4 from my side. Puts us at 12. But now this leads me to the burning question, and I would love to see some reaction to this from the community in the chat, what they think. And this is not something you and I have even discussed because I was waiting to ask this right here, right now, so everybody was put on the spot with it.
Go for it.
We have wrestlers in our company, the GWA, that are part of tag teams. Do the tag team wrestlers get to enter a singles career on the cruiserweight division?
I would say no, because you know me, I'm old school. And I think if you're a tag team, you're a tag team. That's it. You're a tag team wrestler. and that's what I think. Like I said, I always liked that where the tag teams were nothing but tag teams. I mean, they did do singles match, but it was always against somebody from another tag team.
Right.
That's their, yeah. That's my take on it.
Right. I can get with that. I can understand that. I just want to see what people think. I'm just very curious. I mean, I'm kind of on the same page as you with that one, but just curious what, like I said, how people are going to feel about that or what have you. Because I know, like for example, the 5'10" crew, they're both lightweights. They would both qualify for a lightweight division. They're both cruisers, as we'll be calling it. So, I was just curious. But I mean, I think that gives us 12 people for the cruiserweight division. That's more than enough, I would think.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Blade Charge says I say no. So there's a no for tag teams being
right. Use the singles
competitors. Because I think a lot of people that watch, GWA, LTD, everybody else are pretty much the same way. Everybody thinks tag team should be a tag team, and that's it. Because I think a lot of us, that's what we grew up watching. If you were a tag team, that's what you did.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's something I've always thought. You and I have discussed that more than enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay. I'm okay with when, like you said, you have tag team A going against tag team B in a rivalry, and that particular week, each team's kind of split up, and you see two singles matches.
Yep.
Where one guy from one team's facing the guy from the other team, and vice versa, and you end up two singles matches that way. I always thought that was kind of interesting that they did it, and sometimes I hated it. It was just like, why not just put them in a tag team? Just let them go at it. But I understood why they did it over time when I got older and understood booking a little better. And
right.
I myself have helped book a match like that for real wrestling events. Let's put the tag teams in two singles matches. Let's hype the rivalry before it leads into the actual tag team match. And what have you. So unless you need it singles, yes. Let guys decide. It could lead to further storylines. Depends on what I'm doing with time. Okay. So then, based on what we're getting out of the chat, we might as well just say, okay, we're just going to do tag teams. Those will be those involved with a cruiserweight division, and we're going to leave it like that. I'm going to take the time today to create a cruiserweight title. I already have some plans in my mind. I'm going to work on that. Now we'll get to the women's division. As we had mentioned, we're going to call it the Bombshells. I mean, that's just what they're going to be referred to, but they're still going to be the quote-unquote cruiserweights in the women's division. And the women are going to be the women. It's going to be the women's show and the cruiserweight show. It's just going to be a little pet name, if you will, for them. So, that being said, I'm going to look at my list here and let everybody know who's officially joined our roster that's a female that will be a part of this women's division.
I have 9 wrote down as of right now.
Right. And
see if you get the same number.
Right. Now my daughter created a wrestler. She's going to finalize her wrestler. And we're going to get her on the show. She at this point does not have a distinct name. So we're just going to call that unknown for right now, which would count as 1. Then we got Bad Jan, which is at 2. It gives us 2 females on the roster. Then we have Cassie Madam Red. What am I at? Christian McKay. That was an application I got last night. So that puts us at 4 already.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. I'm going through my list here. Then we have the She-Hulk chick. We have Speranza. We've got Susie the Elf. We have Wrestling Mama. And Mama Shango.
That's 9.
So those are the current 9 that we have. And there's Pete Edward Hayes. Some guys showing up right here. Welcome in. So we're going to have 9 ladies for the women's division. We're going to have 12 guys in the cruiserweight division. And remember, all these characters will take place on Wednesday night at Warfare. That'll be our new show. we'd like to set Warfare up to be a certain day at a certain time each week, but Warfare is probably going to be that show that might jump around when it's going to be run. It could be run in the evening, in the morning. It could be run at night. That's what kind of sucks, but that's part of having life. And Pete just woke up 30 minutes ago and
Nice.
he's having GWA in his cup as he wakes up. Hell, that could be a commercial. But I need to say that's probably how Live and Storm are going to work as well. There's going to be no set real time and date for those like we have for Thunder and Worldwide. Those are set for 6 p.m. Mondays and Thursdays. That's their set time, their set dates. We're going to stick to those. The other 3 shows we've just added for this week could possibly happen at any time during the day. It's all going to be a matter of my personal schedule, so to speak. So remember, Ed's going to run Storm, which takes place on Friday. I'm going to be running Live. That takes place on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, it's going to be the women's and the cruiserweights. They're going to be a part of that show together. 6 matches each night, 3 of the women's division, 3 from the cruiserweights. Ed will be booking the women's division. I will be booking the cruiserweights division. So, ladies, if you have something you need done, you want a storyline, you want an angle, Ed's the one you want to go to. So, he's the booker. Work it out, make it happen. Let's have some fun. And I'm going to say it again on this here right now for everybody. Doesn't matter the show. If you want to have a segment during the show, let us know. Because me personally, the more active you are, the more involved you are, the more I'm willing to look at your character as the one I want to push. And I'm not going to be biased with what's what. We're putting this in universe mode, so we have legit rankings. We have power rankings, which Thunder's dominating the power rankings after 1 week.
Of course. Was there any doubt? Yes, I did. I doubted myself, but that's not going to happen anymore.
But I'm not sweating. I'm not sweating the power rankings to at least get about a month's worth of shows, and then we'll have a real clear vision of what's going to be set up. I want to know, Ed, if you want me to do a character reveal show here today, because there is some characters that have joined your roster and have joined my roster that nobody has seen yet, or do we hold them secret till the day they show up on TV? What do you want to do with that?
Let's go old school and wait.
All right.
I used to love that. When you used to watch wrestling back in the day, and somebody would just show up out of nowhere, be a new character. Somebody came from somewhere else, and you're like, "Oh my God, what they're doing there?" So yeah.
Well, I'll give him somewhat of a sneak peek. You're gonna Prince Archetype. He will be making his debut this week. I should say next week, starting as of Monday. We got X. That's right, just the letter X. You got the Witch Doctor, who will be making his debut. The Uncommitted Hooligan has not made his debut. He will. We got Ty Black. He will be making his debut. Seven, spelled Seven, typical spelling. We have Running Eagle. He'll be making his debut. As I mentioned earlier on the show, Mad Dog will be taking on the Boogie Woogie Daddy Pete Wall. So Pete Wall will be making his debut. We already mentioned all the ladies, so I don't need to get into any of them. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anyone who's joined the roster. Jake Bagwell makes his debut. Wow. Am I missing anyone else? I think that might cover it so far.
I think that's it.
So we got quite a few characters that are showing up. All I know is DOA says, who cares? He's the world.
Are they the champion?
He's the champion.
He says, who can...
He's the champion.
He's the champion.
He's the champion. How you saying?
I don't know what the hell a champion is. I know what a champion is, but a champion, okay.
Yamashita just beat him in the head one too many times. He's lost his mind. And Pete gets headaches by counting to 7. By counting to 7.
That's some good shit right there.
So these are all new characters that have signed with the GWA within the last probably 48 hours, maybe a little more. Nobody was aware of that signed. So it's quite a few talents, and I'm just got a gut feeling if I go check my email right now, I might have another application or 2. That's where this is getting crazy. Yeah, he admits he's still recovering from the ass woman he took from Jana Shitter. You mean, what the hell? Yamashita? Is that how you want to spell it? He has taken one too many shots to the head. Holy shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually going to check my email now since I mentioned it just to see. I still have a character to make for Chris Davis. I have a character to make for Alex Dar. I have a character to make for Mr. Hornish, who's from the IFL. I have a character to make for Jordan Cadigan. I think that's how I pronounce in the name. So I have at least 4, 5, 6 that I can think of off the top of my head characters I need to personally make because they don't have the ability to make them themselves. So bear with me. I need to make Mark Chisholm's wrestlers. There's another one. Quite a few people, as I was saying. And all these characters are going to get added to one roster or the other sooner than later. So I have to say it's going to be interesting. And the Alex Dar character, he's 6'6", 195 pounds. So there's going to be another cruiserweight, a tall, lanky cruiserweight, no less.
6'6", 195 pounds.
That's right.
Wow.
No, Ryan, this is a typical podcast. We're just on here discussing GWA action, what took place this week and what didn't. We kind of covered worldwide. We kind of got off base by talking about Warfare, which starts Wednesday, the women and the cruisers, which gives us the opportunity now to get into Thunder that took place last night.
Yeah, now we get to talk about the show of the week. That's right, I said it, and the power rankings proves it.
The power rankings proves it. What the hell?
I'm hoping you're going to let people know just what the power rankings are. So, my superstars on Thunder can brag a little bit to their worldwide counterparts.
Well, how do I want to bring this up? Who was it? Somebody made a suggestion because they said how I was talking about leave grades and scores and what have you. Let us know. Let us know what people thought of the show. Someone had said, why don't you determine which show did better by the number of views? I'm not sure how I feel about the number of views idea. I get what they were going for, but I don't know. But I'll give you the power rankings. Right now, Elijah Pierce is shown as the number one talent in the company, followed by
Thunder,
followed by DOA, which is worldwide. Then Noah Black from Thunder, Blitzkrieg from worldwide. So it goes every other. So it's like nice. And then here's where all hell breaks loose. 5 through 12, Ricky Styles, Lightning Tetsu, Malcolm Powers, PJ Thunder, Austin Adams, Mike Bird, Sinister, Skull Crusher, all from Thunder. Make up rankings 5 through 12. Then Tigers at 13, which shows these rankings are a goddamn freaking joke, and I'll explain to you in a minute. But Tigers 13, Nightwolf is 14 from Thunder, Crazy Clown's 15 from Thunder, King Mac is 16 from Worldwide. And right there's why I say it. King Mac is 16th, Tiger is 13. King Mac beat his ass, then beat his ass.
Maybe that's what happened because he beat his ass. They took, the powers that decide that took some power points away. Said, no, we're not going to have that.
Is that what happened? But then you got
I don't know.
Nelson Angelo from Thunder's at 17. Insanity from Thunder is 18. Mr. Black, who didn't even have a match, is 19 from Thunder. Jacob Duncan is 20 from Thunder. And then here's some fun parts. You got Jake Bagwell, who hasn't even competed, 21st from Worldwide. Prince Archetype, who hasn't even competed on Worldwide. Then at 23, it says Ed Ritter. He is not even a damn wrestler.
Hell yeah.
Then Spiff the Blue Magic Monkey, who's not even a damn wrestler, is 24th from Thunder. And then Andy Valentine, who's a tag team wrestler, is 25th from Worldwide. That's why I said these rankings are a ha for now, because they're going to be until we run several shows. Once we get several shows run and taken care of, these will start working themselves out, as long as these power rankings actually cooperate, which, depending on who you talk to, some people might say it works, some people might say they don't. I guess we'll be the judge of it as we get things working out. and run several shows. And yeah, I'm trying to, like I said, I was trying to look at the calendars and the rankings for titles, and I have yet to really been able to figure that out, how to locate that. So I'm looking
The
at it
champ
now.
should be number one, huh?
Here we go. Yeah, I'm looking at the GWA Global Championship. It shows Elijah Pierce, the champion. Noah Blackwell's the number one contender, followed by Sinister, Ricky Styles, PJ Thunder, Nelson Angelo, Malcolm Powers. The Witch Doctor is seventh, hasn't even had a match. Ricky Dixon, 8. Uncommitted Hooligan is 9. Austin Adams is 10. So for the GWA World Heavyweight title held by Mr. DOA, we have Blitzkrieg, the number one contender. He's the United States champion. The number 2 contender is Memphis Blue. Colt Wyndham's number 3. King Mac number 4. Yamashita is number 5. Mad Dog is number 6. The Boogie Woogie Daddy, Pete Walsh, ranked 7th. Jake Bagwell's ranked 8th. Prince Archetype is 9th. And the Running Eagle is 10th. So we have several characters in the top 10 who haven't even had matches yet that are in the top 10. But like I said, after a few weeks, these things will begin to work themselves out. And, it'll look a little better. So that's why I'm kind of just chuckling at what we have right now, because it's too much to laugh at right now. Trying to actually find the United States title. Where the hell did it go? There it is. I found it. Okay. Let's see if we have some United States title rankings. No, we do not. Okay, I didn't think we did.
Very, very interesting.
Yes, we do. Okay, we do. I was wrong. I was completely wrong. Go figure. I was looking at it incorrectly. That's a big shock, ain't it? Yes, Andy Valentine and Harry Lovelace are the number 1 and number 2 contenders, which makes no sense. Which is why clearly that needs to be edited, because I guarantee you, because the United States title was added, it ended up adding our tag team wrestlers to the rankings. So I'm going to have to go in there and make some edits to those guys, which means I'm going to end up doing the same for the Thunder Show once you add your secondary title.
Yeah, just have to go in there.
Yep, so that's exactly what happened. I'm looking at it now.
Well, I'm gonna throw that out here now. So we'll have another breaking news.
Uh-oh.
The TV title that I said I was going to have is not going to be my secondary title. My TV title is just going to be another title that the Thunder brand has. My secondary title is going to be the international. Since you have your US, I'm going to have the international, and I'm going to have my TV title.
Right.
So there you have it.
Wow. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news from Mr. Ritter. They're going to have 3 titles. A global. Wow. And I saw real quick. You talking about that $100 million contract given to Mr. Gruden? Yeah, I saw it. 10 years. 10-year deal.
Wow.
But I knew that the other day. That's what that was going to be. I didn't know what to think about it. But anyway, you're going to have the global title, you're going to have the international title, and you're going to have the television title. All part of the Thunder brand. And the television title, when crowned, that's the title that will be defended every single Thunder show. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. So, as far as that TV title goes, there, Mr. Ed, Is there any plans for that title yet?
It will be decided this Thursday.
Oh, so we just learned now there's going to be a television title match Thursday night, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Any hints who may be in that match, or is that something we're going to have to wait and see?
Oh no, I'll give it out right now.
Oh shit!
Because it will be the main event. It will be the main event of Thunder, and it will be Ricky Dixon versus the Witch Doctor versus Uncommitted Hooligan, and the winner will be a first ever TV champ.
Wow! So that's Uncommitted Hooligan, Ricky Dixon, and the Witch Doctor. The winner will be crowned the GWA television champion. Holy smokes. I have to say that's some news. I don't even know what wow. What is he saying? Okay. 65 degrees here, nice and sunny. I have no idea why that 65 stood out to me. Wrestling Mamas just joined us. But holy smokes there. International title. You just announced that you're going to have an international title. Do you have any plans for that one?
I got a few ideas, but I don't want to let
That's going to be
nothing out of the bag just yet. Yeah.
Fair enough.
But, I can tell everybody now exactly what my card for this Thursday is going to be. I'm not afraid to let everybody know, so then they can start figuring out who they want to root for, who they don't want to root for.
This, ladies and gentlemen.
So,
he's already got his card planned. You got to love it, Mr. Ritter. He's already got his entire card planned for Thunder this upcoming
week. How I am, dude. When we get into the wrestling stuff, I become obsessed. And, yeah, I'll have stuff planned out. You know me. And once you get going and you get your thing, you'll be just as bad. You know it.
Right. I've already announced one match for my card for Monday. Like I said, it's going to be Mad Dog versus the Boogie Woogie Daddy Pete Wall. That's going to be the first match that I can announce. And once you do what you're going to do, I can announce the main event.
All right.
For Worldwide this Monday.
All right. We already know that we're going to see the second round of the tournament. And those matches. Yes, those matches will be PJ Thunder versus Ricky Styles. Cover this a little bit. PJ won by count out, which I'm not going to lie, it kind of pissed me off. But at the same time, it was different. You didn't expect, it to be over that quick in a count out. Ricky Styles won in a hard-fought match and did something I was completely shocked about when he attacked Lightning Tetsu. I didn't see that one coming. I don't understand that. I don't know why Ricky would do that. Hopefully we'll hear something from him on the show. Nice. That's got to suck, Pete. I don't know if I want to read that on the air or not.
He has icicles on his balls where his sweat once dripped off. I said it. I have no filter.
I know. Then we're going to see Malcolm Powers versus Elijah Pierce. Sinister will take on Noah Blackwell. And then the winner of PJ Thunder, Ricky Styles, will face the winner of Malcolm Powers, Elijah Pierce in the semis. And then the winner of Sinister versus Noah Blackwell will then take on Nelson Angelo in the semis.
Who's on a bye?
He's on a bye this week. Then we're going to start the tag team tournament.
Tag team title tournament begins, huh?
Right.
I like it.
We're gonna see the Islanders versus the Red Army. We're going to see War take on the Suffering.
Wow.
And because of everything that happened this week, the KKK will meet the BLM in the first round of the tag team tournament.
The KKK and the BLM. So that's the 6 matches, and as you said, the TV title's the main event, huh?
Right. And I'm not gonna say everything now about what's going on with the tag team tournament. I'll make an announcement Thursday before when the show starts, so people understand how that's going to work.
Right. Okay.
Because since I only have, we only have 6 teams.
Right.
Somebody's going to win and get a bye to the finals. But I will let everybody know how that's going to work on the show Thursday. And I'll throw this out there too, because I already have it. Excuse me.
Okay.
The main event for Storm, I will throw that out there. Because of what happened, we'll see Ricky Styles take on Lightning Tetsu in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Say that one more time.
Ricky Styles versus Lightning Tetsu in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
And that takes place.
The main event on Storm.
Wow. So the first match on Storm. Holy shit.
Because of what happened, I couldn't, and because Styles is still in the tournament, I couldn't make them face Thursday. So they will face each other on Saturday.
I like it.
So there you go. But those are the matches that are coming up. We'll see, who's got promos and who's got other stuff going on. So I can't wait. Because if these matches are anything like this, like last night, holy crap.
Well, I can give everybody which matches I know I have booked for Monday night. And I don't have the full card completely booked. Or maybe I do, and I'm just not revealing it all. But I'll give the ones, like I said, that we can talk about. I've already mentioned it now twice. Pete Wall versus Mad Dog. We're going to see the Norse Society take on the Hit Squad, who were formerly known as the Outlaws during the reveal shows. They've changed their names to the Hit Squad. So that's Jeremiah Ali and Jerome Sapp taking on Bjorn Hork and Ragnar Hjork, which are the Norse Society. And that's going to be I believe, the only tag team match of the night. And much like what you just discussed with Styles and Lightning, we're going to have the same situation with King Mac and Tiger. After what King Mac did to Tiger, Tiger's going to get a rematch against him this week. And we'll see if Tiger can return the favor and get a victory. And I'm willing to announce my main event right here, right now as well for Thunder, so everybody can get excited for this one. Because after what we saw last Monday, we've got to see it again, especially with the way Worldwide went off the air. When you have a match and you lose, but can turn around and come back and put title on your ass, the guy who beat the shit out of you earlier in the night now needs to get a chance to get his hands on you once again. So in the main event of the evening, we're going to see a complete rematch. And it's going to be another Falls Count Anywhere match as the current GWA World Champion DOA will meet Yamashita one more time.
Oh my goodness. That is awesome.
Yamashita beat him last time. Somehow DOA got enough rest, came back, won the title. So Yamashita only deserves a shot to get his hands on.
I'm going to throw this one out there. Because as we're doing these shows, we're going to be, not only are we the guys that run it, but I'm also we're going to throw our journalist hat on, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And as a journalist, my question is, if Mr. Yamashita beats him again, does that guarantee him a title shot?
Most definitely.
Oh, there it is, folks.
How can it not?
I like it.
How can it
I agree. I completely agree.
I mean, it has to give him a title shot.
Yeah, because if he beats his ass twice, yeah. Because, I forget who threw Yamashita out, but I don't think it was DOA. I think it was somebody else. So what if, because now the question is going to start, especially if he beats him again Monday night, and he says, well, he beat him twice, and he didn't last quite long enough to see what he could do in the Battle Royal. Could we be talking something else now? Could we be saying, Yamashita was the champ instead of DOA? And did DOA just get lucky? Because, a lot of questions.
Right. Now, remember, the final four guys in the match was King Mac, Yamashita, Mark Masters, and DOA. Yamashita and Masters both got eliminated, leaving King Mac with DOA. So does King Mac and Masters have any claim since they were the final four in the Battle Royal?
That's a good question.
I mean, King Mac's coming off a victory on Tiger. He's going to rematch Tiger this week. That would put him at 2-0, both wins over Tiger. But where does that put him? Does that give him a shot at the belt?
I'd still say he's not quite, because, since he was the last one eliminated, DOA did eliminate him.
Right.
But if he keeps his winning streak going, personally for me, I would think he'd have to win a few more and not just over the same guy.
Right. And to answer your question, as you did mention, you said you weren't sure who eliminated Yamashita. It was Mark Masters who eliminated him.
Okay.
So, yeah, and then Mark Masters was within the final three with King Mac and DOA. And I believe King Mac eliminated him with a big-ass clothesline in the corner, if I'm not mistaken, making it DOA and King Mac in the end. So the only reason why DOA wasn't eliminated earlier was because he was on the ground completely knocked the hell out, and King Mac had to worry about Mark Masters. And believe it or not, him taking an ass whooping in the Battle Royal is what saved him, because while he was down and out, guys were battling guys who were in their face. And then he was able to get enough rest and bounce back and get the victory. So doesn't matter how you win as long as you get it done.
Exactly. And I remember you making that comment during that. Remember that him taking that ass might have just saved him. I remember that.
Right. Now CJ has renamed himself DOA/BLM. So yes, for those of you not in the know, you can have a tag team and you can have a singles wrestlers. DOA, who is owned by our buddy CJ, his tag team is Black Lives Matter movement, if you will, in Thunder. Therefore, the name change. I'm still trying to figure out why he has a space between the backslash and the B, but okay.
But yeah, a lot of interesting stuff going on. GWA is growing like crazy. People, more and more people's getting involved. We're getting love from all the other companies. All those companies are getting love from us. Everybody's working to get it. This is awesome.
Like I said, I kind of feel like, and this is no bullshit, and I'm going to say this, and there's some owners in there right now that are going to hear this, and I'd like to see their thoughts on it. But when we do this, I sit here and I just feel like we are kind of like, how should I say it, an NWA type company, where the NWA was the top of the umbrella, and then you had all these little companies that filtered out below it, and they all worked together to strive for the NWA world title. I just kind of feel like that's how we are. We're a bunch of companies who are working together as one. We just don't have an umbrella that we're technically under, and we're just helping each other. And that's honestly how it feels when we do this. So
I agree, and I like it. Because everybody wants to see everybody have fun and everybody company strive, and so yeah.
Right. So now I only announced 4 matches for the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be fitting if I just say the hell with it right here, right now. And I didn't want to reveal this match on this show.
Yes, you do.
But now I want to, just because people know what's coming on Thunder, and since it is a ratings competition, we need to compete, and that's how we're going to get better.
Oh, I like that. The digital wrestling era.
Yes, that's pretty much what this is. I didn't even see it in the chat, but I would bet that came out of Pete's mouth because he says that a lot.
Sure did.
Yep, there it is. Here's what I'm going to get. Here's what we're going to say. There's going to be a title match that's going to take place this Monday night. A title match, Edward.
Okay.
We just crowned our world
well,
champion.
we know it's not going to be. We know it's not going to be your world champion because you would have threw that out when you. So it's. I'm assuming it's going to be your United States. Blitzkrieg going to defend the title already?
He will not.
No. Oh wait. Are you adding another title?
I am. We are going to have. Like you, a third title. We have
very sweet.
And I'll talk out of character if you will. We have the TV title because you and I are old school. We love that old television title.
Always love the TV title.
In WC,
I wish they'd bring it back.
In our NWA, and it was wrestled for every single week. And you always had that title match to look forward to, and that was awesome. So I thought that was cool. You thought that was cool. Thus, you wanted to have a TV title. I did. I personally would love to have a TV title, but Ed got the TV title before I did. He took claim to it. So
that's because I'm the old guy, remember?
Yeah, I had to respect my elders. So
that's right.
He took claim to the title. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to do something similar to the TV title, and I figured it would make sense considering we are on YouTube. We'll have the YouTube champion.
Nice.
So we will see the first ever YouTube champion this week.
Okay.
On Monday night. Okay. And here's where the fun's going to begin.
Whoa.
Because I need to not be biased. I need to not be like, oh, I can pick and choose who is or isn't going to get a shot and who whatever. So I said, you know, I got to give the opportunity for more than one guy to get this shot. But I wasn't sure which way I should go. So I was reviewing some things and looking over some things, trying to figure out who would be the most deserving of said match. And I couldn't just pick one guy. I couldn't just pick two guys. I came down to where I had to pick a few guys.
Okay.
So.
Okay, now a few could be anywhere from 2 to whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, this is getting interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to drag this out. I'm building up the suspense the best that I can.
Yes, I know. I know how you are.
I'm kind of finalizing who exactly is going to be in the match as we speak. But at the same time, I'm like, you know, these guys are all going to be in it. So I kind of know who they are. So I'm just going to give you the guys that are going to be in this match.
Go for it.
And it's going to be a good mixture of size and weights and heights and what have you. So it's going to be come get your shot if you wish. Come get your shot if you can and win this match. And you're going to have a good laugh at some of these members of this match. So here's what we got.
Okay.
You're going to see Mark Masters, Keith Albright, Memphis Blue, Logan Haas, the debuting Ty Blackwell, the debuting Prince Archetype, and the debuting Jake Bagwell, along with Tank, who's 6'6", 372 in the YouTube title match. And these 8 guys will do battle in a ladder match.
Oh, nice.
And to make it even better, that's going to be the opening match of the night.
The opening match. Wow.
I wish we could make a midget division. Oh, my God. So Mark Masters, Keith Albright, Jake Bagwell, Memphis Blue, Ty Blackwell, Logan Haas, Prince Archetype, and Tank. All going to be battling in an 8-man ladder match for the YouTube Championship. And I have to tell you, the size of Tank at 6'6", 372, you would think, okay, 6'6", 372, and Logan Haas is only 5'11", 200. Just completely outmatches him as far as height and weight. Memphis Blue, 6'3", 257. Keith Albright, 6'1", 249. Mark Masters is 6'1", 251. Bagwell, 6'3", 275. Black is 6'5", 255. And Prince Archetype is 6'5", 235. So he's like, Tank should be able to manhandle all these guys. But how is his big ass going to climb that ladder?
That's a good question. And to answer Wrestling Mama's question, she says, have you decided yet when the ladies will be on a show and what show? And yes, the Cruiserweight and the ladies will be on. We're going to give you the Cruiserweight and the ladies their own show on Wednesdays and dedicate that show completely to them.
It'll be known as Warfare.
Yes.
Warfare will have 6 matches. There'll be 3 ladies matches every night. There'll be 3 Cruiserweight matches every night. Ed will be in charge of booking the ladies division, and I will be in charge of booking the Cruiserweight division. And the Cruiserweights will be those who qualify for the weight limit from Thunder and Worldwide coming into that show together. So I see Bagwell says, woo, go me, because he's being booked for that 8-man ladder match for the TV title. I'm excited to see that match already, and I just booked it myself.
I'm excited. I want to see how that monster of a man named Tank. I want to see how some of these smaller guys, what do they do to stop him? Do they, team up together to take him out and then go after each other? Wow.
Right. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Mama says, oh, sweet. She likes it. Yeah, we need to have a show dedicated just for the women. That's kind of why that Wrestling Extreme is pretty cool, because it's for the ladies and whatnot. So
yes, and the women's division will be known as the Bombshells. So the GWA Bombshells.
Is there anything you need to say, Ed? Anything you want to put out there?
Just nothing. Nothing about the show. I just want to. I want to thank everybody for how much love and support they've been giving us. With us being the new guys on the block, I cannot. It still boggles my mind how much these people have embraced us and made us feel like we're part of their family already.
Right.
And a lot of them have been together for a long time, but now they opened their arms to us and said, oh, hell yeah, come on in, join our family. Let's have fun.
Indeed.
And because like I said, we're part of how many different companies now, and then all the people from those are starting to join GWA, and I'm just wow.
Right. And that's why I said we're growing. That's why we've had no choice but to have a secondary show for both our shows. And now we're going to have a show dedicated to the women and cruiserweights, giving us 5 shows starting Monday.
Right.
And I do want to make sure the Wrestling Mama understands that Tuesday will be live. Those will be characters from Worldwide. Storm will be Friday. Those will be characters from Thunder, which is on Thursday. But the show's on Tuesday, Friday, and Warfare on Wednesday. The schedule can take place at any time, at any place, because it's all going to be a matter of schedule for those 3 shows. And Worldwide and Thunder will stick to the 6 p.m. schedule, barring any issues as far as scheduling. That's why we picked those 2 nights to begin with, because it's going to be best for our personal lives, if you will. So bear with us when the schedule could be anywhere. So you could wake up at 11 o'clock in the afternoon or 1:30, 2 o'clock like Pete did today and realize the show is happening, or it already happened, or it might not happen till that night, And we do apologize for that. But, this is just the way we got to do it.
Yeah, we have kids and wives, and they have to come first, I guess. But
he said, I guess. What the hell?
Because I'm not gonna lie, I'll tell you, and Doug can confirm this. When him and I first met through Fetting, and we started working together and doing stuff, and first we did our own separate companies, and then we started GWA. I merged mine with his GWA, and we were constantly doing stuff. He can tell you, he heard me and my wife argue quite a bit because I was doing so much with the wrestling and this and that. Because, like I said, I love it. I love doing this stuff. It's fun. It's, I don't do a whole lot, so. But yeah, and I want to thank Wrestling Mama for that comment. She posted, "Ooh, we ladies get in, woohoo!" I'm like, yeah. They love me. What can I say, Dougie? I must be doing something right.
Rub your bald head. Is that what they want to do?
I'm just glad everybody liked my show. I'm glad everybody liked your show.
Now she just asked who's winning the ratings war, if you will. Now, we can only base the ratings war based off ask people to post their grades, their thoughts. Hopefully we'll get better at this and getting some people to chime in and give us their opinion. And if you go look at the ratings, you'll see that there was an 8.5, a 9, and an 8 given to the Thunder show from last night. So,
well, thank you, everybody, for that. That's awesome.
Whoa. Wow. My computer just started jumping all over the place. That's weird. But if you take those ratings and you add all 3 of those up and you divide it by the number of them, that show was given an 8.5 average.
Nice.
An 8.5 average. Now, if you go over to Worldwide and look at the ratings and the grades, there's nowhere near enough information.
So then we said, well, maybe we can go by the power rankings, so to speak, that the game keeps for you. And that's a little crazy because there's guys in there that haven't even debuted yet. There's guys that are ahead of guys that they got beat by. There's managers in there. So, yeah. So I'll say for now, it's a tie because I think we both put on a hell of a show, and I think everybody loved both shows.
Yeah. Well, if you look at the worldwide, like I said, it's overall is not as good as Thunder. Just so you're aware, because we were given an average of, what was it? I'm double checking it right now to make sure I'm not crazy. An average of 7.6. Because because it was given a 7 rating by the Elite Extreme Women, and then we had 2 8s.
Nice.
So only 3 comments on grades. I'm hoping we can get that into double digits with the next shows. Because again, we're looking to improve. We're looking to be better. We're looking to do more. And we want to know what you guys honestly, truly think. You want to leave just a grade, that's fine. If you want to lead a grade and comments to what you liked, what you didn't like, what you would like to see, a match maybe you would like to see happen, all these things could help us put together a better product. Because we can only sit here and do so much as far as booking the shows, this, that, and the other. And if we do it the way we want, you, the viewer, ain't going to get what you want. And we want the viewers to enjoy it. Because I look at it this way, if we're not doing this for the viewers, why would we only do this for ourselves? If that was the case, we could just do it in the comfort of our own home at our own time. But we're broadcasting for people to watch, to enjoy a community feel.
All right.
I think it made sense.
Right.
I think I said that right.
Well, thank you, Pete. Pete said you guys are doing great. Personally, I wouldn't worry about the ratings. Enjoy yourselves, and people are going to watch.
Yeah. I'm happy with that. We have 200 plus views on one and almost 170 on the other.
And I agree with that. As long as we're having fun, and then I think everybody else will start having fun, and then maybe after we've had a few more shows, people will start getting, if they want to start, giving us their ratings, they will. Hopefully people will start getting a little more involved if they want to, and say, hey, I want my guy to say this one night, or I want my female character to say this one night, or I want our tag team to do, so, and you don't have to if you don't want to. You don't ever have to have a promo, But, just know that if you don't send anything and I feel that your character needs to say something, I'm going to put it out there. So I hope you don't get too upset.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, I'm that old. I'll keep repeating it. Just, I'm 44 years old and I've been watching wrestling a long time. I am that old school guy. I liked it back in the day when, especially, NWA, the old Saturday night, then it was WCW Saturday, when you saw a lot of promos and then you saw a lot of matches. That's my mentality.
Right.
So anybody who's on Thunder would now they understand how I think. And Pete says, what about audio promos? I don't know. What do you think, Doug?
If we get audio promos to pick up, so to speak, on my microphone, that's fine by me. Because I even told Ed, I told Ed about going out, getting myself a better house phone, because my house phone literally does not have a speaker on it. It's that old. Or using maybe a Skype or something to where we could connect to people during the show, and I'll just use my headset to pick up the audio of whoever it may be cutting their promo. And if that audio can be picked up and be heard, I'm all for it. So I might run a couple tests to make sure it can pick it up. But that's,
and you're
to me,
starting to break up a little bit.
Well, to me, that's the most ideal.
Yeah, if we can figure out how to do it, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think it'd be, like I said, I think that would be great. To me, the most ideal situation, honestly, would be those guys would be able to do that. Call in, whatever.
Like I said,
whatever.
Yeah, there you go. See, Pete says he used Skype and his PC to use the audio promos.
See, I'm all for that. 100% all for that. I would love for people to cut their own promos. Not every wrestler's going to sound like me.
Right. Like I said, we're not pressuring you. We're not pressuring anybody into do it. If that's not your thing and you don't want to do it, you never have to. If you feel one time you want to try it, we can do it. If you'd rather just write something and give it to Doug to read for now until I can get my PS4, and then when I start running all my shows I'm running, I'll read it we can do that too.
Yep.
As far as that goes, the best way to do that for me would be to get on the pro boards, sign up for our pro boards, and then message me on that. Because Dougie will tell you, I'll live on the pro boards once we really start going. I'll be on there all the time.
Right. Yeah, and I want to mention that we are at 50 subscribers, I believe it is. So we're halfway to 100, and we only had our first show Monday. So I honestly am very happy with that.
Oh, I'm beyond ecstatic for that. That again baffles my mind because, like, we'll keep saying it for a little while because we're the new guys and we're getting all this love. It's just
And I'm pretty sure everybody who's watching right now is subscribed to the channel, or they wouldn't have known we went live right like we did. So, but yeah, it's Friday. If I'm not mistaken, I'm so behind on what day it is anymore because of my work schedule. But
it is Friday.
Yeah. So we got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We got a 3-day gap here before we get back to action. So we'll be on the other channels when other people go live, as long as we're free. I mean, I check in on people's shows while I'm at work. I'm supposed to be working. I'll take my phone out and I'll freaking sit there and I'll watch the show while I'm supposed to be working, which is hilarious. And give people some love and support and what have you. But I'm going to be sitting here booking the worldwide show for Monday, preparing it, getting it ready to go.
Yeah, you're got some serious static in there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
While you're talking, so
that's why I said my browser keeps popping up that it's got a glitch, so to speak.
So, yeah, if anybody's in the chat room now who has, runs their own show, if you're going to do a show tonight, go ahead and throw it in there. Yeah. If you have any idea what what time you're going to do it, so then everybody will know to be looking out for the alert. Right.
I also want to know myself, so I know to be there.
Heck yeah. Because it's a lot of time. Because most of my stuff I watch on my phone. I do everything for a lot of stuff through my phone, and a lot of times, if haven't been on my phone for I'll turn everything off. I'll turn the Wi-Fi off and everything, and then I don't get the alert right away until I get on it. So
make sure you guys are subscribed to Pillar to Post. Our WO is tonight at 8 p.m. I'm assuming that's nice, because he's on the Eastern time zone. Like George is going to go.
Start me do some Call of Duty. Alrighty.
All right. Oh my gosh. I might be going live here myself as I just browse through some title belts so people can see some of the stuff I'm messing with.
Very cool.
Who knows?
All right, Jake. Thanks for stopping in.
Gotta go take meds. Did I read that right? I gotta go take meds.
Yeah, that reminds me, I gotta get ready to get off here. I gotta get Dwayne his medicine.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been on the air for an hour and a half, I believe it is, so we pretty much covered a lot. We mentioned more than we wanted to and needed to. Hyped up some shows coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely want to thank everybody who's tuned in. Like I said, we'll be back live Monday at 6 for Worldwide.
Worldwide.
8-man ladder match will kick off the show for the YouTube title.
And are we going to be anywhere particular for Worldwide, or I didn't know if you had, because I know there was options where you can pick.
Yeah, I can go in there. I can go in there and pick and choose and all that good stuff, but I ain't about going in there clicking all that.
I haven't started that. We're not going to do that yet.
No.
You have to, when you can, let me know what all you can choose from, because I might decide to take Thunder different places.
Like I said, the universe randomly picks where you go and where you don't. And like I said, if you want to go a certain place, you got to go in there and you got to click off every single city you don't want to go to and leave the one that you want to use. And I ain't about doing all that.
Wow. I didn't know you had to do all that.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you got to do. And I don't know if there's a click on or click off option where you can click them all at once. And if there is, that makes it a lot easier. But I haven't messed with it yet.
Sweet.
So, Well, yeah. So yeah, like I said, if you guys can share our channel, recommend our channel. We're trying to get the subscribers up, trying to build this, because I swear, like Ed said earlier, we're like one big community. If one company builds, we're all going to build, because everybody's been doing a great job promoting each other.
Oh, I totally agree with that one. It seems like every show, everybody gives everybody a shout out, which that's the only way to help each other grow and help this, as Pete calls it, the digital wrestling era to go crazy. Which because Doug will tell you, we talked for years when we were doing eFeds. How can we take this to another level? And then we had thought about doing something like this a long time, but we just never had
technology.
Right. To do it. And now that we have it, I wish we would have had this how many years ago? Because man,
right.
I'm telling you.
And I hope it's not breaking up right now. But I know GWA mentioned to me yesterday that he was interested in taking a character to RWL. Since Pete's in there and GWA's in there, I figured I'd throw that out there. So Pete's aware that he was interested in doing that, and maybe the two of them can figure out a way of getting together and having a discussion.
Very cool.
But I think that'd be pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
Get GWA over there, and pain and suffering can beat his ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know my boys want their teams, and everybody's fed that will take them.
Yep. I got to touch on what my Majesty said. I can only tell the IFL so many times what's going on. When I give an update, that's the update until something changes. And I've been keeping you guys updated as I know. Just like I gave him an update today.
Yeah, he's doing his best he can for that. But,
Yep, laptop's in place, but now my capture card seems to be messed up, or it's my internet speed. I'm thinking it's more the internet speed, so.
Alrighty.
Like I said, if someone from the IFL wants to take it over in the meantime, someone can step up. But we've had that problem and that conversation in that league many times.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants to put the time and effort in. Because
exactly.
they're too dedicated to a jackass. So,
hey, now that's the whole other. We don't need to go there. But this is where I ain't worried about that right now. Wrestling. It's all about the wrestling now.
Yeah, and I'm going to be updating the website today. I told Ed this earlier. I'm updating the website.
Throw this out there real quick. Logo. Everybody else that has their own company, my two boys would like to branch their guys out to other companies. My son Drew has War, and they are Dominator and Eliminator. They're a tag team, and then of course Dwayne has the Purple and Yellow Clowns. So, and don't ask. I have no idea why he wanted the Clowns, but that's what he wanted. But yeah, they're getting into this. They really like watching the stuff, and so, which makes it even more enjoyable for me, because I have 4 kids. I have the 2 girls that are really not into wrestling, and then the boys are they're all gung ho into it, which I love it. Just like me when I was that age, I was so into wrestling. Everything was wrestling for me back then. I loved it. I watched it religiously. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people did this when they were, you'd watch Saturday mornings, you'd start at one time and you'd watch wrestling all day, and you'd see the same show over and over, but it would be different times, and you'd still watch it anyway. You didn't care. I remember that. Oh, that was stroll down memory lane.
Yes.
So yeah, but that's about it. I think we covered everything. Everybody pretty much knows what the show is going to be for Thursday. They have an idea of what a lot of your stuff's going to be Monday. I've already announced my main event for Saturday or Friday now. Yeah, because it was Saturday, but now it's Friday. So yeah, I think we're good. I don't know where he went to. Uh-oh. I think we lost Dougie. Not sure where he went, but once again, I'd like to thank everybody for showing up to the show, giving us the love. It's really, really appreciated. But, yep. Yeah, stream's going to end here shortly because I think we're pretty much done. Thank you, Blade Shard. Thanks for that. I'm glad you guys like it. I'm glad you like what we're doing. I'm glad you like both shows. That's the only thing I wanted.